Sir Rico, take it away. Show us how to make the money.
All right. Good evening. Good morning to each and everyone joining us in this call. Hello, Ace. Hello, of course, Fernando. And hello, David. Good morning to you. And actually, this is one of my favorite topics to discuss because we're talking about, of course, the opportunity. And of course, not only that, but um, basically, what we have is an opportunity that uplifts the lives of many people, not only here in the Philippines, but in different parts of the world. And what we are truly blessed with is that we have a seamless global compensation plan. So, meaning each and every market has the same compensation plan. So, this would allow us to basically expand in different markets because whatever volume that you put in certain markets, it becomes a volume under your team. Okay. So, that's the reason why it is easier for you to be expanding your business in different parts of the world because of that seamless global compensation plan. Now, I'm going to make it as simple as possible because in our compensation plan, basically we have 13 to 14 ways of making money. Okay. And I don't think we can cover that all today, but I'm just going to focus on the basic things so that at least you would have an understanding as as you work out this business, what are the things that you can expect? What is happening every time someone buys a product, every time someone launches a business, so every time someone reorders the product. So basically, this is the this is how you can generate the wealth and income, particularly for this business. Okay, and we call this what we call the pathway to royal lifestyle director, mainly because this is not just for you to accumulate sales or volume, but it's also a career path. Okay, so let's get started, of course, with. Okay, so are you seeing my slides right now?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so the Opulence Global Business Opportunity. Anyway, if you have any questions, even in the middle of this call, please feel free to just raise your hand or just probably unmute yourself, and it's good that we can be able to address those questions immediately. Okay, so basically the Opulence Global Business Opportunity, one of the things that we have when we get started is already giving you the infrastructure to get started with the business, and that infrastructure is what we call your e-mall, your e-commerce platform, preloaded with all of the products that are available for you. And the good thing about this is with the products that you have, people can already buy from your own online shop, buy from your own email. It's a $3 million software that the company has invested over the years. Now, the great thing about that is the company gives you access to this email. So I remember when I was in a previous company, we still do not have this e-commerce platform, and I was looking and venturing into getting one, but it costs a lot of money. Now, lo and behold, when Opulence Global came to us, it already has the infrastructure. So this allows you to have this e-mall open in more than 200 countries and territories, and people can already start purchasing their products, and we can have it delivered right through their doorstep. So that's the beauty about this business, is that you are not limited to your local market. We basically have as SVPs and SS, the world is our oyster, right? So we basically have an endless opportunities in different markets in different parts of the world to share and distribute our products through our e-commerce platform, through our drop shipping. And on top of that, of course, here in the Philippines, as what we have discussed with Fernando, we are more on the face to face, right? Now, it's a combination of the face to face, belly to belly, but at the same time, you can also expand your market with this e commerce platform in different parts of the world. Okay. And nowadays, you can also use social media. Okay. Sorry. You can also use let me just get back there again. Okay, you can also use social media or other online platforms in order for you to promote and market your products. And again, anywhere in the world without any experience. Okay, so the first topic that I wanted to share with you is, of course, the retail profit. This is the most basic way of making money. This is the number one. The first way that you can earn money in this business is through retailing. Now, when we say retailing, as a partner, you already get certain discount depending on what package did you get. For a brand partner, you get 20%. For LA or lifestyle advisor, you get 30% discount. And for lifestyle advisor plus, you basically get 37% discount. Now, the maximum discount that you can get out of our products is 37%. Now, another thing that I would like to mention is that we also have a compensation plan training in Taglish. Okay. And the good thing about that compensation plan training in Taglish is we also localize the amount of profit in pesos. Okay. But for this time, since we are talking about a global scale, let me share this compensation plan in the context of in Canadian dollars. Okay. So what happens here is particularly for Philippines, whenever you generate certain profits, like for instance, retail profit, it goes directly to your e-wallet. Okay, so how does that happen? Let's say I am already a partner with Opulence Global. I have my own e-mall, and then I talk to a customer, and that customer that I talk to decides to buy the product. I can enroll that customer to a VIP shopper account. Now, that VIP shopper account is for free. Just like when you are probably buying in Amazon or in Lazada or Shopee, you get a free account wherein you can make your shopping, right? So same thing with our customer. They can be given, you can create a VIP shopper account for them. What they see in that account is a retail price, okay? They don't see your partner price. Okay, I'm going to give an example. I am, let's say, the sponsor, or I am a partner, okay? And then I introduced the product to Fernando. Now, Fernando, okay, decides to buy a product from me. So I can create, or probably Fernando can create his own VIP shopper account. And when he creates that own VIP shopper account, it is then linked to my partner account. Okay? Automatically linked to my partner account. Now, what Fernando sees in the VIP shopper account is the retail price, not my partner price. Okay. Now, whatever the difference of that price, when that customer buys, when the VIP shopper buys, it goes to directly to my e-wallet. Okay, in Canadian dollars. Okay. So let's say the average profit per item sold in your e-mall is $20. So the moment they purchase that product, they make the payment either by credit card or by bank transfer. Then what happens there is you will receive what we call the retail profit. Okay. So again, the maximum discount is 37%. And again, regardless of what market is your customer. So that's the great thing about this. Let's say if I know someone from the US, I am in the Philippines, she buys, let's say, Fountain of Life in her VIP shopper account addressed in the US. Okay, so what will happen is it will also reflect in my account that someone from US bought the product. Okay, it's also detailed there. Now, what happens there is the company will already see in the system that someone ordered from the US. Okay, so the company now, the head office in Canada, will be the one to ship your products directly to your customer. So it will not be coming from your own product. So that's what drop shipping is all about. Okay. Now, and of course, your customer will receive the product, and then you will receive what we call the retail profit direct to your e-wallet. Okay. So that's how the system goes, particularly in receiving your commissions, whether in retail or the team commissions. Okay. So any questions so far with regards to the retail profit?
All good, all good. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, it's really good.
So now the great thing about this is that we also have other products, okay? Not just the Fountain of Life. Although Fountain of Life is our flagship product, but when they visit your website or when they open up their VIP shopper account, they will be also able to see the different products that we have. And you have to understand, sometimes different people have different preferences, right? Sometimes people may not be enticed by the health solutions, especially if they're young, and they would want something like for beauty, right? We also have products for beauty and personal care. We also have products for fashion, okay? So all of those products are already preloaded in your own e-mall, in your own online shop. And let's say they bought a fountain of life and then they see a shampoo, they see the toothpaste, they see the beauty products, they see the fashion items, they can basically shop till they drop. Okay. And all of the purchases that they did, you can earn what we call retail profit from them. So imagine sharing these products to different people, not only locally but globally, and having more and more products sold. So this basically can give you unlimited retail profits. And one of the things that we have here in Opulence is what we call the instant instant high retail profit. Okay? It means that since our product is premium, you could also expect instant high retail profits. You don't have to sell thousands or even or even hundreds of thousands of products in order for you to have that significant retail profit. Like for instance, here in the Philippines, right? We have our SRP for FOL is 4,500 pesos. That's our SRP. And with your 37% discount, imagine every bottle of Fountain of Life can give you 1,668 pesos in retail profit. Okay? So that's 1,600 pesos in retail profit per bottle. So imagine if you have 10 bottles sold every month for a start, that already gives you a sideline income of 16,000 pesos for only 10 bottles. Okay? Now, of course, what happens is word of mouth. Your customers will keep on buying because they love the product, repeat purchase, and then you keep on adding. Imagine, let's say in a 6 months period, you have a total of 100 people buying your products regularly on a monthly, every month, right? So 100 people times 1,600, that already can give you 160,000 retail profit alone just for the Fountain of Life. Okay? So imagine that. And again, the distribution is in 200 countries and territories. So it's really a huge market for especially for this product. Okay? So that's the first way of making money, retailing or retail profit, direct selling. Now, another way, usually what happens is when someone uses the product and someone wants to repeat purchase or buy the products again, what they would ask of you is, can you give me a discount, right? So usually that's what happens because they already have that belief in the product. They want to use the product again. They might ask for a discount, or better yet, what they will do is that they would be interested to, of course, distribute the product as well. Okay. So the great thing about that is we can share with them the packages that we have, the brand partner, the lifestyle advisor, and the lifestyle advisor package. Once they decided to get those packages, they will also get the benefits of all the benefits that you are getting. So that's the beauty of it. We have equal opportunity for everyone to create wealth. Okay, so this is not a selfish business. This is not like traditional business wherein there's trade secret. I get a higher discount than my partners. No, in here, if you are 37% discount and then you enrolled someone or you sponsored someone getting an LAP or LA plus, they will also be entitled to the 37% discount. Okay? Now, when someone gets a package from you, you can earn as much as 350 Canadian dollars per package or per e-mall. We call it an e-mall. Okay. So if you launch 4 e-malls per month and you can earn 1,400 Canadian dollars per month. So in Philippine peso, if the conversion rate is 40 pesos, that is basically 14,000 pesos for every lifestyle advisor plus, the highest package that you get. And in our packages, usually it's around 15 to 20% in wholesale profit. That's actually above the standards. Usually a wholesale profit in the direct sales is around just 10%. But for us, it's around 15 to 20% wholesale profit per package. Okay? Now, some people may call this as what we call the referral bonus. We call it the wholesale profit. Why? Because they got the package, they got it in bulk, they also received the discount. Now you get that profit out of the wholesale package that they got. Okay? So is it clear? Any questions so far? Let me check our chat box. By the way, if you also want to put your questions in our chat box, then please feel free to do so. Okay? So For brand partner, okay, so this is the reason why we encourage also people to join in as an LA or LA plus immediately, because they receive much higher benefits in terms of wholesale profit. Okay, as you can see here in this table, a BP, okay, a brand partner launches another brand partner, you'll get a wholesale profit of $25. Now, another great thing there is, even if you are a BP, when you launch an LA, you will still receive the wholesale profit. Okay, you don't have to get to LA to receive the wholesale profit. Immediately as a BP, you can get the wholesale profit. Okay, so BP launches a BP $25. BP launches an LA or lifestyle advisor, that's $100. BP launches an LAP, okay, that's $150. Now, why would we encourage you to become a lifestyle advisor plus? Is mainly because if you are a lifestyle advisor plus, you can get a higher wholesale profit. Like in this case, if you are already an LA, when you sponsor a BP, the same effort, but this time you receive a higher wholesale profit of $50. Okay? Unlike the BP who receives just $25. But it's all good because they just started as a BP, right? But if you started at least a minimum LA, then you receive a higher wholesale profit. For BP, that's $50. An LA launches another LA, that's $300. An LA launches an LAP, that's $350. So imagine, just think of this. If you have partners in different parts of the world, it's like your email outlets, it's like your franchises, it's like your outlets, all right? So they also have their own email, they are also distributing the products. So imagine if you are able to launch 10 partners or 10 emails in different markets, even here in the Philippines, in different provinces, right? So 10 emails times $350 if they get the LAP, that's a total of $3,500. And if the conversion of the commission is 40 pesos per Canadian dollar, then imagine that's already 140,000 pesos additional for you for 10 emails launch, right? And you can have more. Actually, again, there's no limit as to how many malls you can launch. Imagine that, right? So now you're earning from retailing, and at the same time, your income will add up if you have people being launched or people joining you in the business coming from the wholesale profit, right? So that's another stream of income, okay? Now, let's proceed to the next one, which is the path to financial freedom. I might have to skip this one, okay? Let me skip this one. And we're going to talk about what we call the lifelong residual income. Okay, so here's the thing. You start introducing the product, right? That's basically the foundation of the business. We want people to increase their belief when it comes to the product by using it. And based on our experience, the moment that they use it, their belief becomes much higher, right? And then once the belief gets higher, now they get interested to distribute the products as well. Now, once they are interested to distribute the products, they get the package, you get the wholesale profit. Okay? So the income is now compounding, right? Now, after that, what we will do is we will, of course, train these partners of yours, especially those who are interested to distribute the products, those who are interested to do the business. So once we have trained them on how they can basically grow their business, then what happens is, listen to this, okay? Each and every one of your partners, okay, will also have the same benefit as you. They will also have emails, right? Their personal emails, their personal online shops. And every time they make a sale, okay, they will generate what we call commissionable volume. Okay? How much is that? 8.5% on your entire organization through infinity. Okay? Now, take note of that. It means all of the sales, all of the purchases in your entire organization through infinity. When we talk about infinity, there's no limit as to how deep your organization can get. Wow. That's why we say this binary commission is the most lucrative part of our infinity compensation plan. Okay? Now, additional features of our compensation plan is there's no volume cap. Okay? When we say no volume cap, there's no quota or there's no maximum volume per week or so, things like that, right? There is also carryover of volume. What does it mean? It means that the volume does not flush out. especially, particularly if you are on Smart Buy. We're going to talk about that later, the Smart Buy. So it means every volume generated in your entire team through Infinity does not flash out when you are on Smart Buy. And that's the reason why we have people who have just been building in one leg. We have testimonies like that. They started 8 years ago. Their CVs are preserved, maintained, because they're building on just one leg. And now 8 years has passed, they're building on the other leg. And now it still keeps on, generating the binary commission already because they're now building on the other leg. So the beauty about that is that your CV does not expire, or your commissionable volume does not expire. And it pays you infinity, variable binary cycle payout, meaning it doesn't have to be always in balance, your binary, your volume in binary. It's not 1:1. You can basically have 1/3, 2/3 combination and you still get paid on the total volume. Okay? So this is not the conventional binary wherein you match package to package. Okay? Because if that would be the case, you always have to rely on new enrollees or new sponsors. And if there are no sponsors, then there will be no more binary commission, right? But in here, it's not just on the new packages. It also includes all the purchases, all the repeat orders of your customers and partners in the through Infinity. Okay, and there's no deranking. So it means that once you achieve a certain level, there's no more demotion, even in the commission. Okay, so I don't know if you're already following me. I don't know how long have you been in the industry, but I have been in this industry for more than 20 years. I have never seen a compensation plan like this. Every time some companies come in, the first thing that I look at is their compensation plan. And by far, up to this moment, I have never seen a compensation plan that can truly compare to the one that we have right now. We have just talked about three ways of making money: retail, wholesale, and this infinity compensation plan, right? And again, we have 13 to 14 streams of income that can be generated out of this opportunity. Okay? So next slide that I'm going to share with you is how do you activate your binary commission? Okay? So activate your binary commission by having at least $150 in personal volume, whether it's in the form of you purchasing the products worth $150 or at least in the form of shopping credits. Now, this is something that is also very unique with us. We introduced the concept of what we call shopping credits. Shopping credits is the moment that you purchase those shopping credits, it gives you the flexibility, the freedom to choose any product of your choice. Your $150 every month is not just confined to you buying the FOL. So you're not limited to just purchasing the FOL. Let's say this month you want to purchase FOL. The next month you're 150 PV. You want to purchase, let's say, the beauty products. The next month you want to purchase the fashion items. By all means, you can do that because we introduced the concept of shopping credits. Shopping credits, once you purchase that $150 shopping credits, then it gives you the freedom to choose any product of your choice. You can even accumulate it over a period of time, right? Let's say you put in 150 PV this month, then you decide not to redeem it yet in the form of product. And then next month, you put in another $150. And then the following month, another $150. And then by the time that, let's say, you accumulated the shopping credits, okay? You accumulated the shopping credits and you want, let's say, this watch to be purchased over a period of, over, let's say, a 3-month or 5-month period, then you can accumulate it and purchase whenever you want, whatever you want in your online shop, okay? So that is the personal volume. So for you to activate that binary, you have at least $150 personal volume, okay? And then you should have at least one on the right and one on the left, personally sponsored by you, also on 150 PV, okay? Now, when that happens, your binary is already activated, okay? Now, we call this personal volume as Smart Buy program. Okay, so this is another thing that we want to introduce to you. The moment that someone comes in, it is very important that we discuss to them the Smart Buy program. Now, what is the Smart Buy program? It's basically the $150 personal volume every month. Why is this important? Is because with the Smart Buy program, basically for Philippines, just to let you know, the 150 Canadian dollars amounts to 5,775 pesos every month. Okay? Now, for some people, they will say, oh, it's an expense every month. It's a maintenance every month. No, what we're saying here is that every month, you're going to buy Fountain of Life anyway because you're going to use it. And that 5575, if your discount level is 37%, that will allow you to purchase 2 bottles of Fountain of Life every month. Every month. Just 2 bottles. If you're eyeing to build this business in a bigger scale, 2 bottles is not enough. That's just for your personal consumption, right? And in here, the reason why we can speak passionately about the product is because we have been using it each and every single day, and even our families too. So 2 bottles is not really enough for you, especially if you're building the business. On top of that, if you are continuously on Smart Buy program with $150 every month, 5,775 pesos every month, then you will enjoy additional 10% discount on the partner price. Okay, so it's something like a loyalty program for our loyal customers and partners. Okay, so that's additional benefit of the Smart Buy, right? And if you are on Smart Buy with $150 personal volume, your volume will not flush. Okay, your CV will not flush. It will remain there. Okay, so 150 PV. Any questions when it comes to the Smart Buy program? So far, all good? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat box if I know it's a little bit late for some of our partners in the Philippines, and probably some of your family members are already sleeping. But anyway, let's proceed. Okay, no questions so far. Let me see in our chat box. Okay, all right. So let's proceed. Okay, so when this happens, your binary commission is already activated. Now, of course, these are some terminologies that you need to understand. One is personal volume. When we say personal volume, it is directly purchased by you or under your name or under your account. Okay, so volume generated from personal products and shopping credits purchases. Okay, and or personal VIP sales. Now, the purchase of your customer is also credited, okay, to your personal volume. Okay, so 150 PV must be generated personally, not from the VIPs for business maintenance and qualifications, and calculated from the product's base price. So the ratio of the shopping credits and the Canadian dollars, whenever you purchase, let's say $150 shopping credits, that is also 150 personal volume. So the ratio is 1:1. Now, I've been talking about commissionable volume earlier. Now, what it is, this is the volume generated from your team's products and shopping credit purchases, launches, and VIP sales. So this means, like, if I purchase, okay, if someone purchase 1 bottle of Fountain of Life in my team, okay, regardless if you are the level 1 or the sponsor of it, regardless if they are on the 100 level, when someone buys a Fountain of Life in your entire organization through Infinity, every Fountain of Life is rewarded with 21 CV. Okay, 21 CV. So as these CVs accumulate, then that's where you earn your binary commissions. Okay, so every product has a CV. Even the fashion has a CV. Even the beauty products has a CV. All right, so it means that the CV is where we compute your commissions or your lifelong residual income. So how it is computed, CV is 40% of the personal volume. Okay, so basically I can help you see that once we go to the back office. Each and every product, when you click on the item, it will give you the details of how much PV and CV is attached to that particular product. Okay, all right, let's proceed. So imagine this, okay? So let's give you here a scenario. This is you. You are on Smart Buy, at least 150 personal volume every month. Then you have your personally sponsored, one on your left, one on your right, also duplicating the Smart Buy program, okay? So what happens is, okay, if you teach your team to duplicate and do the same, The CV split can be 1/3, 2/3, 50/50, or 2/3, 1/3. This is what I'm talking about earlier. You don't need to balance out your left and right each and every single time. Okay, so it means that even if the volume is only 1/3 on the left and 2/3 on the right, which is usually the case. One leg um, is often bigger than the other leg. So in this case, if you have 1/3 on the left, 1/3 of your volume coming from the left, and 2/3 of your volume coming from the right, you will still get paid on the total volume. Okay? Now, I know for some people who are binarians here, what usually happens is when this person enters, you have to wait for this person to enter for you to match the matching bonus, right? So that's what usually happens. And let's say these two people entered and you only have one here, you will only get paid based on this volume, these two people here, okay? But in our binary, even if you have other people here, your leg is not balanced, 1/3 of the volume is on the left, 2/3 of the volume is on the right, you still get paid on the total volume. Okay? So that's the beauty about the variable binary commission. Okay? Now, between both teams through infinity. So I've already talked about this. All of the CVs, all of the sales generated. Okay? So where will CV come from? All of the emo launches, all of the partners that are joining you. Every LAP has 300 CV. So imagine if this person joins and got an LAP, so the sponsor will receive 300 CV. The sponsor also receive 300 CV. The sponsors also. So all of the people that are in the line of sponsorship, because this person got an LA plus, all of the people above will receive 300 CV. All right? So imagine if these are all LAPs, then these are all 300 CV. Okay? And then on top of that, let's say this is a new partner who purchased an LAP, you will receive 300 CV. On top of that, once he orders, once he make another purchase, once he, let's say, purchase other products, then it will also generate CV. One bottle of Fountain of Life has 21 CV, I mentioned earlier, right? So again, your binary is not just about the packages, it's all about all the products that are purchased in your partner's email. Okay? So every product has a CV. Okay? So imagine if they are on monthly smart buy every month, what will happen is you will receive, of course, CVs each and every single month. Okay? Wow. And on top of that, when your CV now is accumulating, imagine this, on both sides, all sales through infinity, and as you accumulate your CV, when it reaches 5,400 CV through infinity, okay, you will receive what we call the power cycle bonus amounting to $400. Okay? So this is already team sales. The 5,400 CV, we call it a power cycle. So $400. Imagine that. Now, as your business grows, as your business expands, let's say this power cycle bonus, this 5,400 CV, let's say become 10 times. Okay, so 5,400 CV because people are, growing in their business, the products are being distributed in different parts of the world. You may not know these people anymore under your team, but they are actively distributing, promoting, and sharing these products in certain markets in other countries. That all becomes part of your CV. So 5,400 CV, that's a power cycle bonus that will give you $400. What if your power cycle bonus become 10 times? All right? So 10 times 5,400 CV, that's 54,000 CV. Now your $400 will also multiply by 10 times. That will become $4,000. Imagine that, all right? Now, what if your CV will now reach, let's just say in 3 to 5 years time, you're now being duplicated, your products are now being distributed in different markets, just like LD Foreign. Right now, his business expands to more than 120 countries, if I'm not mistaken. 120 countries with 30,000 people in his entire team through Infinity. So just imagine how many power cycle bonus can be generated out of that, right? So let's say if you now have 100 power cycle. When we say power cycle, 5,400 CV, right? So 100 power cycle, okay, times 5,400, that's 540,000 CV. Then guess what? Your power cycle bonus will also be multiplied 100 times. So that's a total of what? $40,000 every month. Okay? So this is the beauty about our infinity compensation plan. Now you have to understand our CEO is recognized as one of the top 2 compensation plan experts in the world. And what I love about this is our CEO understands all of these things mainly because for the first 4 companies that he has been with, he was a distributor as well. Okay? So now he understands what really drives the business, and that's the reason why this compensation plan is just, that allows us to build on our lifelong residual income. Now, how will the lifelong residual income, let me skip that slide, okay? So remember the smart buy, right? The smart buy is how much? $150 PV every month. Now we're talking about people who is just buying products regularly each and every single month. Minimum just $150 worth of products, worth of shopping credits. The CV of that 150 PV is 60. Every time someone buys $150 personal volume, it will generate for you 60 CV. So if you have, let's say, 15 people under your team through Infinity who are just on Smart Buy buying $150 personal volume, okay? So that will give you around $45. Not bad. These are team sales, not your personal sales, right? And as your team grows, as your team duplicate, imagine this, look at this. If you have 2,000 people, okay, where's my mouse here? There you go. If you have 2,000 people in your entire team through Infinity, okay? Just buying $150 or 2 bottles of Fountain of Life, equivalent to 2 bottles of Fountain of Life every month. Listen to this. 2,000 people in your entire organization through Infinity, probably 90% or 80% of them you do not know yet. Because these are contacts of the contacts of the contacts of the contacts of your contacts, right? Power of leveraging. 2,000 people just buying 2 bottles each and every single month. That's already $10,000 for you, residual income. Now, the beauty about our product is it is consumable. Each and every month, they can purchase again and again and again and again, right? So that is, even if, people stop recruiting already by this time, you can still expect $10,000. Why? Because of the Smart Buy program. People buying 2 bottles each and every single month in your entire team through Infinity. So this computation does not include your wholesale profit whenever someone joins you in the business. It does not include the other ways of making money. We're just talking about the binary commission out of the people who are just buying 2 bottles each and every single month. Now we're talking about Philippines. Population in the Philippines. What is 2,000? Right? I know that we can go way, 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 way beyond that, right? Wow. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, let's talk about the marketing allowance privilege. Okay? Because as written in here, every time you accomplish a power cycle bonus, you'll also be given $60 marketing allowance privilege. Now, what this is marketing allowance means the company can reimburse anything that is business related, whether you are renting a venue for the tour, whether you're supporting a team and you have to buy a plane ticket or things like that, then that's what we call the marketing allowance privilege. So that's on top of your power cycle bonus. So the power cycle bonus is the binary commission that will be deposited directly to your e-wallet. Now, every power cycle bonus, you will be credited $60 marketing allowance privilege. So let's say if you already have 10 power cycles, you receive $4,000 in binary plus 60 times 10 marketing allowance privilege. That's $600 that you can utilize in your business building expenses. Okay? So because the company understands that as you build this business, you're also incurring expenses for your expansion, for your growth. Another thing there is that you can use it as a team support. Whenever someone needs some assistance in building their business, you can also allocate the marketing allowance privilege to them. Okay? All right. So all good so far? But basically, we also have this in YouTube, by the way. So I would encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, Opulence Global. Type it in, and we also have some videos that quickly explains the different things that I am sharing with you today. Like, for instance, the marketing allowance privilege. This is a sample of the video in the YouTube page. So let me just play it. This will just be a very short one where...
Marketing Allowance Privilege Program, or MAP. In our last video, we started to learn what is marketing allowance. And now, let's take a deeper look and learn all the information that you need to know. What is the purpose of Marketing Allowance Privilege Program, or MAP? It is to develop and support your Opulence Global business organizational growth. Opulence Global recognizes that to succeed and expand your business, you need to make the marketing efforts to sell. With that, Opulence Global gives you Marketing Allowance Privilege Program that is designed to help you create a pool of funds that you can use to reimburse your marketing expenses partially or in full, like flights, hotels, meeting rooms, promotional materials, and more. How is MAP generated and accumulated?
Okay, I'm gonna stop the video at this time because this is around 3 minutes, and you can just basically check it out in our YouTube channel. We have this available there in our YouTube channel, so you can also share it with your team so that they will understand how this works. Okay, any questions so far at this time? We're going to discuss 2 more. Okay, we're not gonna be able to finish the whole thing. I'm just gonna give you the meat and the basics of this compensation plan. But so far, we have talked about 3 things. Number 1 is retail profit. Second is wholesale profit. And the third one is your binary commissions, which is basically our lifelong residual income. So that explains it, right? Remember the table that I showed you earlier? Imagine people just buying 2 bottles each and every single month. If you have 2,000 of them in your entire team through infinity, that's already $10,000 residual income for you month after month after month. Okay. All right. Next is, let me just share this one more time. Let's proceed to the next one.
First, you must be at least a lifestyle advisor generating a minimum of one.
Let me just proceed to the next slide. Okay, now we also have, this is just quick, the personal team bonus. So let's say if you're already an LA, this is number 4. If you're already an LA and you have brand partners under you, directly under you, whenever they make reorders and repeat purchases, then since their discount level is 20% and your discount level is 30%, if you're already an LA, whatever they buy, another 10% will roll up to you. Okay, so that's what we call personal team bonus. Now we also talk about the MGRS, okay, monthly global revenue sharing. We have talked about the binary commission. Remember that? If you already have, we're talking about 540,000 CV in your entire team through infinity. and it will give you what? How many? That's basically in Philippine peso, that's around 1.6 million pesos every month. If you already have 100 power cycle team volume in your entire team through Infinity, 1.6 million. Now that's the bigger target, it's the bigger goal, that's the long-term goal actually, right? But how do I get started right now? I just want to get started with the, as they always say, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. Now, this is the one bite at a time. We're, of course, projecting and targeting those lifelong residual income. But how do I get started from day one within my next 30 days? What would I need to do? And this is what the MGRS is all about. This is the basic building block of your business. And yet the company is rewarding you with what we call global revenue sharing. So it means that it's not just volume under your team, it's volume of the entire global business, right? And you get a share for that, up to 3 shares. And you can use this as a target every month. Now, to simplify this, the basic building block of the MGRS are your customers, the sales that you have for your customers, your personal volume, and your launches. Okay? So let's say if I am a new partner, and I said, what would be my next goal? What would be my next target? Within my next 30 days, I want to do it right away. I want to, of course, start this business. I want to make money right away within my first 30 days. Now, here is what you're going to do. Okay? At least 450 PV on that particular month. 450 PV means you can purchase those shopping credits. It's equivalent to 6 bottles every month. Okay? 6 bottles every month that you can share and sell with your customers. Now, when that happens, you can also earn retail profit, right? Now you're already planting the product. 6 bottles target every month is a very minimum, not a very low target, right? If you want to build this business fast. Now, out of those customers, let's say you launch at least one LA or LA plus. Okay? Okay, 6 bottles that you purchase on that month. And out of those customers, you were able to launch at least one LA plus on that particular month. Now, because you did that, you now qualify for the monthly global revenue sharing. You will receive 1 share, and every 1 share, you will receive $150. Okay? Now, if you sponsor, let's say 2 LA plus, then that will make your share to 2 shares. That's an additional, how much? $150 for you. Now, instead of just $150, because you have 2 shares, now you receive $300 because now you have 2 shares. And if you sponsor 3 LA plus, okay, that will elevate you to the 3 shares. Who can qualify for this? Even if you're, as long as you're already a lifestyle advisor, then you can qualify for the MGRS. Now, what happens there is MGRS encourages you to focus on the basic building block of the business, which is basically customers and partners, right? You're going to do that anyway to build your business, and yet the company rewards you with an additional share coming from the monthly global revenue sharing. Okay? So that's what happens there. Okay, so I'm going to skip that part because it might complicate the way you understand it. But imagine if this will again become a duplicable system in your organization. Imagine this. I, in my first 30 days, qualify for the MGRS. Now I have 6 customers and I have 1 new partner because I qualified for MGRS. Now, of course, with that, by computation, I think it's around, you can earn doing that a total of $650 on your first month. $650 on your first month by just doing the MGRS. 6 bottles retailing, and 1 launch new partner. Okay? Now, I did it on the first month. Now, I have a new partner, right? Now, what am I going to teach and train this new partner? The same thing, MGRS. New partner. You 6 bottles on the next 30 days and another new partner, and then guess what happens? Then this can become a system that duplicates in your entire organization through Infinity. And every MGRS in your organization will give you 500 CV. Right? So whenever someone does an MGRS, that's an automatic 500 CV for you. Okay? So imagine that, right? So now your CV becomes bigger because of the system that they do, that they follow, the monthly global revenue sharing, which they also benefit from getting shares, retail profit, and wholesale profit as well. Okay? And this is the last thing that I want to share with you today, the variance bonus. This is another way of making money. Wherein, if you are already a lifestyle director one, which is the next level from an LA lifestyle director one, now this variance bonus is every LA plus. Okay, let me just go to the next slide. Okay, every LA plus that joins in your team up to the 10th generation, you will receive the variance bonus. Okay, so automatically it means that this is on top of the binary. It means that even if you are just on a uni level, and in 10 levels, okay, up to 10 levels, let's say there are LAP purchases. Okay, so your first level, you will receive $50 for every LA plus that comes. On your second level, another $50. On your third level, another $50. Remember, this is no longer sponsored by you. These are the LA plus that are sponsored by your team already. Okay? So for your first 3 levels, that's $50. On the 4th and 5th level, you have $25. 6th to 10th level, you have $10. Whenever just purchase an LA plus. Okay? So this is, again, what we call make money immediately. Of course, we're targeting the lifelong residual income, and we know that it takes time to build those lifelong residual income. While you are doing it, we have what we call the make money immediately things, right? Like the MGRS, like the variance bonus, and of course, we also have what we call the car club bonus. Even the company can pay for your own car in the car club bonus. Okay? So, you know what? Let me just proceed to the car club bonus, because the car club bonus basically will give you, let me just go to the car club bonus first. Okay. The car club bonus will basically give you up to $4,000. Okay. That can be used to pay for your own car. So this is on top of the retail, on top of the wholesale, on top of the binary commissions, on top of the personal team bonus, on top of the MGRS, on top of the variance bonus. So there is a qualification for this, but we'll not discuss it right now for the qualification, because this is again part of the leadership program for compensation plan for the leadership level. Okay, so all of these things are already programmed in our system. To simplify, what we just need to do is to keep on sharing, distributing the products, because every products being sold in your entire team through Infinity will generate for you a CV. And the same CV that you use to earn binary commissions, it can also be the same CV that can get you paid for the car club bonus. So that's the beauty of it. Right? So all of this can merge, and you can enjoy basically all of the 13 to 14 ways of making money in this business. Okay? So I think I have to stop at this time. We have already covered an hour of training for the compensation plan. And again, for our Philippine team, I know that you will better understand this once we do the training in Taglish and also in the localized currency, so that you will understand how much is being generated in these different ways of making money here in Opulence Global. At this time, do we have any questions? I'll just stop my sharing screen here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Miss Ace, go ahead.
Hello, sir Nico.
Yep.
Yeah. Because actually, first and foremost, why I got interested with the company due to the side effects of the apple, which is really amazing. And I myself is a witness itself. Because you see, I have a broken hands, and
Yeah.
in just 4 days, now my hands is moving.
Wow.
So actually, my target market is not the Philippines.
Mm.
because my boss, who is the right hand of the president of Nigeria,
Uh-huh.
he's actually the biggest distributor of pharmaceutical products
Yeah.
and medical supplies in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like this. If I will show to them the compensation, they will not be interested. That's why in my own mind is I am focusing to distribute with them,
Yeah.
introduce the FOL product. So is it possible that we can bring there that they will be like a sole distributor? They're being, let's say, part of the opulence is the compensation plan for us.
Yeah.
But the way that I'm going to present to them the product is due to like giving them like a, you see, like my friend now in Dubai, he checked the product and it's available in Life Pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
Life Pharmacy is the biggest pharmacy in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, all the products they're selling is really, really high quality. So that's why right now I'm receiving some orders. I
Yeah.
just give a trial because Kuya Fernando sent to me, which is a very good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And and all the Nigerians, once the product is available in the pharmacy, they're really, really into it to purchase. So in
Yes.
my point is, what if we'll make it, for example, if I will introduce the product to my boss,
Mm-hmm.
because he's doing as a supplier of the medicine,
Mm-hmm.
pharmaceutical products, he want to purchase it accordingly as distributor
Mm-hmm.
without a compensation plan. Is it possible?
Yes, Ace. Actually, we have some markets that are operating just on the retail side. Okay, especially for China.
Yes.
Yeah, for China, there are certain provisions in the compensation plan that are not allowed. So that's the reason why in some markets we only do direct sales, depending on the regulations of the certain companies. Now, in your case, I think we have to discuss that thoroughly to ensure that we don't violate our own policies and procedures, especially when it comes to selling our products in retail outlets. Okay, because our distribution system is designed to be among all of our partners, but of course it depends on the regulations on a certain market or country. We will abide by that. So I think it is better for us to discuss this personally, especially when it comes to what you were saying, like, because now you're saying that we will also tap the Life Pharmacy, and this is of course a retail outlet. We know that, and but we can be flexible as long as we don't violate our policies and procedures. Okay, but there's a way where we can do that, and I think the initial discussion with the contact person and presenting to them how our company works might probably open up their mind, okay, on how they will know better to distribute the products in their local market, in their local country. So what I'm saying, Ace, is anything can be planned and discussed based on the preference, based on the regulations of the country that we are entering into. Okay, but I'm excited for that, Ace, because I know that you are targeting that market and you see a bigger
Yes.
opportunity and
Bigger picture.
potential for that. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. You here, Ace, you'll enjoy the benefits of all the things that I have shared with you today. But if that certain market says that, we're not interested in the compensation plan, we're just interested to directly sell these products in retail, then by all means, that's their choice, right? That's their choice. If they don't want a compensation plan, or if they do not allow in their market or their country that compensation plan. But as for you, A, since you sponsor that one, that will also become the CV for you. All of the sales, all of the products that are being sold on that market, that will become a CV for you. And you will still enjoy the same benefit as a partner of Opulence Global. I hope that answered your question, Ace.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm asking this one because I worked there as a consultant before in the government in
Yeah.
Nigeria. So I know exactly how they works. That's why when I saw the product that the scientist was showing last night, and
Mhm.
I myself is like a living witness that
Yeah.
the product is really amazing. I never seen a product like this that you can see immediately That's why I was approaching Kuya Fernando that the compensation plan is not that we're ignoring. It's not that. What
Mhm.
I'm saying is we can make them like a partner, but it's up to them if
Yeah.
they wanted to do the compensation plan. But we're going to, in my own way, it's like giving them a proposal that they will be the exclusive, the government people, they will
Especially,
be the inside.
yeah, sorry, Ace,
Uh,
but
I
es-
mean, yeah.
mhm. Especially in new markets like this. Actually, Nigeria is not a new market. Even our CEO knows that market. All right, because I know there was an instant in the past. We still do not have the fountain of life during the time, but we already have the fashion, and fashion was a big hit in Nigeria during that time. Even our CEO was there. It was a huge business there. He even brought some of the partners because of the tremendous sales that they did in a private plane. Okay, so things like that. So I know that our CEO is somehow familiar already with the Nigeria market, but during that time, we still do not have the FOL. So it would be also helpful that if we can be able to tap your contact there, and of course discuss what are the options, the opportunities, and the regulations where we can, of course, abide in. And but this time we have to involve, of course, our head office because we're now talking on a new market expansion. Okay.
Yes, and we will work with it. That's why I told to Kuya Fernando, I was so eager. If you can see in the morning,
Yeah.
I really boasting that who I am and what I'm in connected with. And I'm saying the truth on how the business works in
Oops, sorry. Yeah. So especially if you will be joining us
once
in
we enter the
the
Nigerian market, I can tell you that we'll go.
all right. I'm not sure if it is my connection or your connection. Somehow I lost what you're saying there, Ace. Anyway, my point is, okay, my point is, especially with Rene coming over, if we will see you in Manila, we can discuss this thoroughly and find, of course, the possibilities and opportunities that we can get started there in Nigeria, especially with your contact in place. Okay?
Thank you so much. We're really, really excited with this. And we will work it out as a
Absolutely.
team with Kuya Fernando, Jean, Pastor Pete, and the group, David, and everything. All of us will be, because this product, it has to be known worldwide. It's a really
Yes,
amazing,
absolutely. Yeah.
amazing product.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ace, for your question. Any other questions from our team? I'm going to stop the recording anyway, by the way. So let me just pause the recording here.